The night sky changed forever on a quiet summer evening. People across the world looked up and saw strange lights moving between the stars. At first, many thought it was a new satellite or space show. Some recorded videos on their phones. Children laughed and pointed, but the lights did not move like anything humans had seen before. They were too fast, too smooth, too perfect. Within minutes, alarms began to sound in major cities. Military bases lost contact with satellites. Radar systems showed hundreds of unknown objects entering Earth's atmosphere. Governments tried to stay calm. Leaders went on television and asked people to stay inside. But deep down, they all knew something terrible was coming. The objects slowed as they reached the clouds. Then they appeared, massive alien ships. Dark and sharp like metal mountains, floated over cities. They blocked the sun. Their surfaces glowed with strange blue and red symbols. No one could understand them. Then the attack began. Bright beams of energy fired from the ships. Skyscrapers melted like wax. Roads cracked open. Cars flipped into the air. Entire neighborhoods vanished in seconds. People screamed and ran. But there was nowhere to hide. In New York, a beam cut through 3 buildings at once. In Tokyo, the harbor exploded in a fire. In London, bridges collapsed into the river. The world watched in horror as every major city became a battlefield. Earth's military fought back. Jets filled the sky. Missiles flew toward the alien ships. Tanks fired from the streets. But nothing worked. The missiles exploded before reaching their targets. Bullets bounced off invisible shields. The alien ships did not even slow down. Pilots died trying to get close. Ships were destroyed in seconds. It was not a war. It was a slaughter. In underground bunkers, leaders argued and shouted. Scientists tried to find a weakness, but the truth was clear. Humanity was not ready for this enemy. The aliens did not speak. They did not send messages. They simply attacked. For 3 days, Earth burned. Millions were dead. Cities were broken. The internet was almost gone. Power grids failed. Hospitals overflowed. The world was falling apart. Then something strange happened. One of the alien ships started to fall. Over the Sahara Desert, a massive ship lost control. Smoke poured from its engines. Pieces of metal fell like rain. The ship spun in the sky and crashed into the sand with a thunderous explosion. The ground shook for miles. The other alien ships did not stop. They continued attacking Earth. But this one ship was silent. From a small military base nearby, soldiers watched the crash through binoculars. They could not believe their eyes. An alien ship, it's down, one soldier whispered. Command centers around the world received the same news. A ship had crashed. For the first time, the aliens looked weak. Orders were given immediately. A special team was sent to the crash site. Scientists, soldiers, and engineers traveled by helicopter and armored vehicles. The desert was still hot from the explosion. When they arrived, they stood in silence. The ship was massive, bigger than a football stadium. Its metal skin was cracked. Blue light leaked from broken parts. The strange red symbol on its side was burned and broken. No movement. No sound. Carefully, the team approached. Drones were sent inside first. Cameras showed dark hallways, broken machines, dead alien bodies lying on the floor. They were tall, thin, with gray skin and black eyes. Their armor was cracked. The soldiers felt fear, but also something new. Hope. They entered the ship. Inside, everything was strange. Floating screens, crystal wires, rooms full of glowing objects. It was technology far beyond anything on Earth. Scientists touched the walls in shock. This is impossible, one said. They found the control room. The pilot seats were shattered. Blood like liquid was on the floor. The ship had clearly lost a battle before reaching Earth. It was a failed ship, a broken weapon of the enemy. The team worked fast. They copied data, took samples, marked every room. Outside, the war continued. But inside this ship, something changed. Humanity had found its first alien weapon. Days later, the ship was moved to a secret underground base. Huge machines lifted it. Engineers worked day and night. They studied every wire, every screen, every weapon system. Slowly, they began to understand energy weapons, shield systems, faster than light engines. For the first time since the invasion, humans smiled. This ship, a general said, will change everything. The aliens thought it was garbage. They dumped their failed ship on Earth like trash. But humanity saw something else. A chance to fight back, a chance to survive, and maybe A chance to win. Asterisk, the secret base was hidden deep under a mountain. No maps showed it. No signals escaped it. Only a few people in the world knew it existed. Inside, the crashed alien ship rested like a sleeping giant. Human engineers and scientists worked around the clock. Powerful light shone over the metal surface. Robotic arms scanned every inch. Screens showed unknown symbols and energy patterns. Dr. Elias Morgan stood near the control panel. He was a quiet man, but his eyes burned with excitement. He had spent his life studying space, but nothing prepared him for this. This ship, he said softly, is thousands of years ahead of us. His team gathered around. They discovered the ship's power core first. It was a glowing sphere, floating in the air. No wires touched it. It produced unlimited energy. How is this possible? A young scientist asked. It bends physics. Morgan replied, we can power whole cities with this. Next, they studied the weapons. The alien cannons could burn through mountains. Their shields could stop nuclear missiles. The ship was designed for war, but this ship had failed. Data logs showed damage from another alien fleet. This ship had been part of a civil war in space. It lost. The survivors fled and attacked Earth instead. They didn't come for us first. Morgan realized we were a backup target. That made everything worse. Humanity was not even their main enemy. They were just in the way. Meanwhile, above ground, Earth was still suffering. Alien ships controlled the skies. Governments had fallen. Food was low. Cities were dark. But rumors spread. People whispered about a crashed ship. Hope returned to broken hearts. Back in the base, soldiers guarded every door. Heavy weapons pointed at the ship in case something woke up. One night, alarms sounded. Red lights flashed. Power spike. A technician shouted. The ship suddenly glowed brighter. Screens came to life. Strange alien text moved across the walls. Everyone froze. Is it activating? A soldier asked. Dr. Morgan stepped forward slowly. No, it's responding to us. The ship was not attacking. It was waking up. The team watched as a hologram appeared. A glowing alien symbol formed in the air. Then a voice spoke. It was not words, but sounds. The system tried to communicate. The computer translated slowly. Error. Pilot dead. Mission failed. The room went silent. The ship was talking. It thinks we are crew, Morgan whispered. They answered using a simple signal. Mission failed. We are not your enemy. The hologram changed. Unknown species detected. Analyzing. Seconds. Felt like hours. Then the system spoke again. Access granted. Temporary command. The humans stared in shock. They had control. Slowly, the team learned how to use the ship. They turned on engines inside the mountain. The ground shook. Everyone feared a disaster. But the ship remained stable. They tested a small weapon blast inside. A safe zone. The energy cut through a steel wall like paper. Cheers filled the room. For the first time, humans had alien firepower. But it was not easy. Many systems were damaged. The main engine barely worked. The navigation core was broken. Some weapons were offline. This ship is wounded, Morgan said. We need to heal it. They started building human parts for alien systems. Mixing Earth metal with alien crystal. It was dangerous. Some experiments failed. Explosions injured workers. But they did not stop. Above ground, the aliens continued their rule. They built towers and cities. They captured humans. No one knew why. But now humanity was changing. In secret. Weeks passed. One day, Morgan called the generals. We can make it fly. The room went quiet. You're sure? The general asked. No, Morgan replied. But we must try. They prepared. The base doors opened. The mountain shook as the ship slowly lifted. Dust filled the air. Engines glowed blue. For the first time, a human crew entered the alien ship. Captain Ray Carter led the team. He was calm, strong, and fearless. Today, he said, we take back our sky. The ship rose higher, until it broke through the clouds. People around the world saw it, a new ship in the sky, different from the alien ones. Smaller, but shining with human hope. Social media exploded. Is that ours? Are we fighting back? Tears filled many eyes. The aliens noticed one enemy ship turned toward it. Weapons charged. The human ship shook. Shields up. Carter shouted. Energy hit them, but the shield held. Cheers erupted inside. We survived. Someone screamed. Captain Carter smiled. This is only the beginning. The human alien ship turned its weapon forward. Target locked, a voice said. Carter took a deep breath. Fire, a blue beam shot forward. The alien ship exploded. It fell like burning metal into the ocean. Silence followed. Then the world erupted. In joy, for the first time, humanity had killed an alien ship. Hope was no longer a dream. It was real. But far away, in deep space, the alien commanders watched, and they were angry. The destroyed alien ship burned in the ocean like a falling star. People across the world watched live on their phones and broken TVs. For the first time since the invasion, humans were not crying. They were cheering. In underground shelters, people hugged each other. Soldiers raised their fists. Children asked their parents, "Are we safe now?" But leaders knew the truth. One victory did not mean the war was over. Inside the secret base, Captain Carter removed his helmet. Sweat covered his face, but he was smiling. "We did it," he said. Dr. Morgan nodded. "Yes, but now they know we can fight." That night, new alien ships gathered in space. They formed a massive fleet, bigger than before, stronger, faster. The aliens had a message now. Earth was no longer weak. They wanted revenge. Inside the base, scientists worked faster than ever. They upgraded the ship, added human weapons, reinforced shields, improved engines. They named the ship Hopebreaker, not because it would break human hope, but because it would break the enemy's hope. Captain Carter trained his crew daily. They learned alien controls, learned how to fly at impossible speeds, learned to fight in space. Mistakes were deadly. One wrong button could destroy the ship. But they kept going. Above Earth, alien ships attacked again. This time, humans were ready. Hopebreaker flew out to meet them. Space turned into a battlefield. Energy. Beams crossed like lightning. Explosions lit the darkness. The human ship moved fast. Dodging attacks, enemy left. Someone shouted, "Shields at 60%. Another yelled. Carter stayed calm. Focus. One target at a time. Hopebreaker fired again. Another alien ship exploded. But the enemy was learning. They surrounded the human ship. Attacks came from all sides. Shields weakened. "Captain, we're losing power." Carter clenched his jaw. "Divert energy to shields." Now, the ship shook violently. Everyone held their breath. Suddenly, a new weapon activated. A beam brighter than the sun shot out. 3 alien ships vanished in seconds. The crew stared in shock. "What was that?" Someone whispered. Dr. Morgan's voice came through the radio. "That was their main cannon. You just unlocked it." Carter smiled. "Good. The aliens retreated. For now." Back on Earth, people celebrated again, but fear remained. They knew the enemy would return stronger. And they were right. Days later, alien ships began capturing humans. They used energy nets, floating cages. People were taken into the sky. No one knew why. Families screamed as loved ones were pulled away. Governments demanded answers. The aliens stayed silent. Dr. Morgan studied alien data. He found something terrible. They're collecting humans, he told the generals, for experiments. Silence filled the room. They want to understand us, he continued, to defeat us. Captain Carter slammed his fist. Then we stopped. Then, a rescue mission was planned. Hopebreaker would attack an alien transport ship. It was risky, very risky, but they had no choice. The human ship flew into space. They found the transport ship. It was massive and slow. Target in sight. Carter said. They attacked. Alien fighters rushed to defend it. A space battle exploded. Hopebreaker dodged and fired. Enemy ships fell one by one. They reached the transport ship, open hangar bay. Carter ordered. They flew inside. Dark halls, screams echoed. Humans were trapped in glowing cages. "Free them," Carter shouted. Soldiers shot the locks. The cages opened. People collapsed to the floor. "We're saved," one woman cried. Suddenly, alarms sounded. A massive alien warrior appeared, taller than any human, armor glowing red, eyes burning. It raised its weapon. Carter reacted fast. He fired. The alien fell. Silence returned. They rescued over 200 humans. When they returned to Earth, the world cried with joy. Humanity was no longer hiding. They were fighting back, but far away. The alien leaders met. Their faces showed rage. "They have our technology," one said. "They are becoming dangerous," another replied. A third leader spoke quietly. "Prepare the destroyer." The others froze. "Not that ship." "Yes," the leader said. "In this war." In deep space, a shadow moved. bigger than any ship before, and it was coming for Earth. Asterisk, the news of the rescue spread across the world. People cried when they saw their loved ones return. Families hugged. Strangers thanked the soldiers. For the first time, humans felt strong again. Hopebreaker had become a symbol of resistance. Captain Carter stood on a small stage at the base. Cameras recorded him. His message was sent to every working screen on Earth. "We are not weak," he said. "We will not hide. This is our home, and we will fight for it." People cheered from broken cities and dark shelters, but celebration did not last long. Dr. Morgan entered the control room with fear in his eyes. "They are coming," he said. Something bigger. Satellites showed a massive shadow in space. It was moving slowly but surely toward Earth, the alien destroyer. It was 10 times bigger than any ship before, covered in heavy armor. Its engines burned like blue suns. "This is their final weapon," Morgan said. "If it reaches Earth, we are finished." Silence filled the room. Captain Carter took a deep breath. "Then we stop it." Hopebreaker was prepared for battle. Engine power increased. Shields boosted. Every weapon charged. Before leaving, Carter spoke to his crew. "This ship was once theirs," he said. "Now it's ours. Today, we show them what humans can do." The ship launched into space. They flew to meet the destroyer. As they got closer, everyone felt small. The alien ship was huge, like a moving city. Energy weapons charged. "They're locking on," a crew member shouted. "Evasive maneuvers," Carter ordered. Hopebreaker dodged massive beams of light. Space exploded around them. They fired back. Their attacks barely scratched the enemy. "We're doing nothing," someone yelled. Dr. Morgan's voice came through. "Their shields are too strong. Aim for the energy vents." Hopebreaker moved closer, dangerously close. They fired everything. The destroyer shook. One vent exploded. But then, a massive beam hit Hopebreaker. Shields dropped to 10%. The ship spun out of control. Alarm screamed. "Power failure. Engine damage. We're losing control." Carter held onto his seat, stabilized the ship. The crew worked fast. They restored balance, but Hopebreaker was badly damaged. "We can't survive another hit," the engineer said. Carter stared at the destroyer. "If we retreat, Earth dies." He made a hard choice. Prepare the overload. Everyone froze. "That will destroy us," someone cried. Carter nodded. "But it will kill them too." Silence. Then one by one, the crew stood up. "We're with you." They prepared the core. Energy built inside the ship. Just as they were about to fire, something unexpected happened. Other ships appeared. Human ships, small, weak, but brave. Jets modified with alien tech. Old warships upgraded with stolen weapons. Earth had sent help. "They came for us," a crew member whispered. Dozens of human ships attacked the destroyer together. They hit weak spots, engines, vents, cannons. The destroyer struggled. Hopebreaker fired his last blast. The destroyer's shield finally broke. A huge explosion tore through its side. The massive ship began to fall apart. Fire spread across its body. The alien destroyer exploded in space. The shockwave hit Hopebreaker. The ship barely survived. Silence. Then cheering. Earth had won a big battle, but Hopebreaker was badly hurt. They returned to Earth slowly. Dr. Morgan met them at the base. "We need to rebuild," he said, stronger than ever. Carter looked at the damaged ship. "This war is not over." Back in deep space, alien leaders watched the destroyer die. Their eyes burned with anger. "They destroyed it," one said. The leader stood up. "Then we come ourselves." A massive fleet gathered, bigger than anything before. The final invasion had begun. The sky over Earth filled with darkness. Hundreds of alien ships appeared at once. They covered the planet like a metal storm. People looked up in fear. This was bigger than anything before. The final invasion had begun. Cities that were still standing were attacked again. Energy beams burned the ground. Buildings collapsed. Oceans boiled near the coasts. The aliens showed no mercy. Hopebreaker was still under repair. Engine parts were missing. Weapons were damaged. Shields were weak. "We are not ready," an engineer said. Captain Carter clenched his fists. "We don't have time." Dr. Morgan worked nonstop. His eyes were red from no sleep. "We can make one weapon stronger," he said. "The main cannon. But it will drain all power." "That's fine," Carter replied. "One shot is enough." Outside, human resistance. Ships tried to fight. They were brave, but weak. One by one, they were destroyed. People watched helplessly. We are losing. Someone whispered inside the alien fleet. Commanders prepared a planet-killer weapon, a massive cannon aimed at Earth. If that fires, Morgan said, the planet will crack. Hullbreaker was lifted out of the base before repairs were complete. The ship shook violently. We are flying on hope and tape, an engineer joked nervously. Carter smiled. Then let's make it count. They flew straight toward the enemy. Fleet. Alien fighters rushed to stop them. A massive battle exploded. Hullbreaker fired nonstop. Explosions filled space. But there were too many enemies. Shields at 30%. Engine overheating. Left wing damaged. Carter stayed calm. Keep moving. They reached the center of the fleet. The planet killer weapon charged. Bright energy formed. Fire now, Morgan screamed. Carter pressed the button. The main cannon charged. Power drained from the ship. Lights went dark. Come on. Come on. Someone whispered. A massive blue beam exploded from Hullbreaker. It hit the alien cannon. The enemy weapon shattered. A chain explosion followed. 5 alien ships were destroyed at once. Cheers filled the ship, but then Hullbreaker lost power. The ship went silent. They were drifting in space. Emergency systems online, the engineer said. But we can't move. Alien ships turned toward them. Captain, someone whispered. This is it. Carter stood up. Open all channels. His face appeared on screens across Earth. This is Captain Carter, he said. If you can hear me, we tried. People cried watching him. We stopped their main weapon. That means you still have a chance. The alien ships moved closer. Carter looked at his crew. You were brave. Suddenly, a bright flash appeared behind them. Another ship, but not alien. It was human. Then another, and another. Dozens of ships, civilian ships, old military ships, cargo ships with guns attached. Humanity had come together. They're not soldiers, someone said. They're volunteers, people who refuse to hide. The human fleet charged. They crashed into alien ships. They fired everything they had. The aliens were shocked. They did not expect this. Hullbreaker's systems slowly restarted, power returning. The engineer shouted. Carter smiled. Then let's finish this. Hullbreaker fired again. Alien ships exploded. The battlefield turned chaotic. Earth's sky burned with light. Humans fought like never before, but the aliens were still strong. More ships arrived. We can't hold them, Morgan said. Carter looked at Earth on the screen. Then we protect it, no matter the cost. Hullbreaker flew in front of Earth. It became a shield. Alien weapons hit it. Shields failed. Fire spread. Hull breach. We're losing oxygen. Carter held his seat. Stay with me. They were dying, but Earth was safe for now. The alien fleet slowed. They did not expect humans to stand like this. In deep space, the alien leader watched. Humans refused to fall. He narrowed his eyes. Prepare the final command. Something bigger than ships moved in space. Something alive. Something ancient. It was coming. Hullbreaker was burning. Fire spread through the halls. Smoke filled the air. Crew members coughed and struggled to breathe. Emergency lights flashed. Red, seal that door. Medical team needed. We lost engine 3. Captain Carter stood firm. Even as the ship shook. Status report. He shouted. Shields are gone. We can't jump to safety. We're barely alive. Outside, alien ships circled like wolves. They fired again and again, trying to destroy Hullbreaker. Earth watched in silence. People prayed. Dr. Morgan grabbed Carter's arm. There's one option left, he said quietly. Carter already knew. The core, he replied. If we overload it, Morgan continued, we can destroy their fleet, but we won't survive. The crew heard everything. Silence filled the room. Then a young pilot spoke. My family is down there, another crew member said. Mine too. One by one, they nodded. We're ready. Carter looked at them with pride. You were heroes. They prepared the overload. Energy built inside the core. The ship glowed blue and white. Alarms screamed louder. Outside, alien ships noticed. They're charging something. An alien commander warned. Destroy them now. Dozens of alien ships fired. Hullbreaker's hull cracked. Oxygen leaked. Crew members were thrown across the room. Carter held his ground. Almost ready. Morgan shouted. Suddenly, a massive shadow blocked the stars. Everyone looked up. A living ship. The alien command beast. It was alive. Its body was like metal flesh. Glowing veins of energy ran through it. Its eyes burned like stars. This is there. God, Morgan whispered. The creature opened its mouth. A shockwave hit Hullbreaker. The ship nearly split in half. Captain, we're done, someone cried. Carter looked at Earth on the screen. Blue. Beautiful. Double quotes. Not yet, he said. He changed the settings. Redirect core power. 2 engines. Morgan stared. That will stop the explosion. I know, Carter said, but it will make us faster. The crew understood. You're going to ram it. Carter nodded. They aimed Hullbreaker straight at the living ship. All hands, Carter said calmly. Thank you. The ship launched forward, faster than light. The alien creature tried to move. Too late. Hullbreaker hit it. The impact lit the universe. The massive explosion ripped through space. The living ship screamed. Energy burst out. Alien ships nearby were destroyed. The creature shattered into burning pieces. Silence followed. The alien fleet panicked. Their god was dead. Their control was broken. They retreated. They ran. Earth was saved, but Hullbreaker was gone. The ship disappeared in the explosion. People across Earth cried. They watched the sky. Heroes had fallen. Days passed. No alien ships returned. Cities slowly rebuilt. Statues were made. Schools taught the story. Captain Carter and his crew became legends. Dr. Morgan stood alone one night, looking at the stars. They saved us, he whispered. But far away, something still moved. Deep in space, a signal was sent. A message. Human threat confirmed. Prepare response. The universe had noticed Earth. The war was not over, but humanity was ready. 1 year passed after the sacrifice of Hullbreaker. Earth was no longer the same. Cities were rebuilt stronger. Buildings had alien metal mixed with human steel. Energy came from reverse-engineered alien cores. The sky was protected by human-made defense satellites. Humanity had changed. They were no longer victims. They were warriors. A new global force was formed. Soldiers from every nation trained together. Scientists worked side by side. Borders no longer mattered. The war had united Earth. Dr. Morgan stood inside a massive hangar. In front of him was a new ship. Bigger than Hullbreaker. Stronger. Faster. Its name was written in bold letters. Humanity's Wrath. Morgan smiled sadly. This one is for you, Carter. The ship was built from alien wreckage and human design. It had weapons stronger than anything before. Shields that could survive stars. Humanity had learned fast. To fast for the aliens. Far in deep space, the alien council watched Earth. They were afraid now. Humans destroyed our command beast. One said, they should not exist. Another replied, but the leader was silent. He knew the truth. They had created their own enemy. Suddenly, their scanner screamed. A human fleet was moving, hundreds of ships. All built from stolen alien technology. The aliens panicked. They are coming for us. Back on humanity's wrath, General Ray Carter Jr., son of the legendary captain, stood on the bridge. He looked just like his father. Calm. Strong. This is for Earth, he said. The human fleet jumped to alien space. The stars twisted. Then they appeared right inside enemy territory. Alien defenses fired instantly, but human shields held. Human ships moved like hunters. They attacked weak points. They destroyed power stations. They shut down alien worlds. For the first time, aliens felt fear. General Carter Jr. watched explosions outside. My father showed us how to fight, he said. Now we finish it. The alien leader sent a message. Humans, stop. We surrender. Silence filled the bridge. Dr. Morgan, older now, stood beside Carter. Do you trust them? He asked. Carter shook his head. No. The alien leader continued. You destroyed our god. You broke our empire. We cannot win. Carter replied. You came to our home. You killed our people. You took our sky. He paused. But we are not monsters. He gave an order. Stand down, weapons. The crew froze. But sir, we show them who we are. Carter said. Not who they made us. The human fleet stopped firing. The aliens did the same. A peace signal was sent. For the first time in history, humans and aliens talked. Treaties were signed. Borders in space were drawn. The war ended years later. Earth became a space civilization. Human ships traveled to distant stars. Trade replaced war. Dr. Morgan retired, smiling. Humanity had survived. But on a small hill, a statue stood. Captain Ray Carter, looking toward the sky. Under it were words. They dumped their failed ship on us. We turned it into hope. Children visited it. They learned the story. that when the universe tried to break humanity, humanity became stronger, and the stars would never forget